What comes to mind when you think of Russia? Snow-covered landscapes, Orthodox churches, or perhaps the Kremlin? But did you know that Russia is also home to one of the largest Muslim populations in Europe? With over 28 million Muslims, Islam is the second largest religion in Russia, a country often associated with Orthodox Christianity. How did Islam take root in this vast nation, and how has it survived centuries of challenges? This is the story of Islam in Russia, a story of faith, resilience, and cultural richness that spans over 1,000 years. Russia, a land of sprawling forests, icy tundras, and rich cultural heritage, is often seen through the lens of its Orthodox Christian traditions. But beneath this surface lies a vibrant Islamic history that dates back to the 8th century. From the banks of the Volga River to the peaks of the Caucasus Mountains, Islam has flourished in Russia, shaping its culture, architecture, and identity. Yet this journey has not been without its struggles. Through conquests, empires, and revolutions, Russian Muslims have faced discrimination, suppression, and even attempts to erase their faith. But like a tree with deep roots, Islam in Russia has endured, growing stronger with each passing century. The early days, Islam's arrival in Russia. The story of Islam in Russia begins in the 8th century, when the first Muslim communities settled in the region of Derbent, the oldest city in Russia. These early Muslims were part of the Arab conquests that spread Islam across the Middle East and Central Asia. By the 10th century, the Volga-Bulgaria region became the first Islamic state in Russia. Under King Yiltawar al-Mush, who embraced Islam and took the name Abdullah, the region became a hub of Islamic culture and learning. Volga-Bulgaria was a beacon of Islamic civilization, says historian Dr. Amina Yusuf. It connected Russia to the Abbasid Caliphate in Baghdad, bringing knowledge, trade, and spirituality to the region. The Golden Horde and the Kazan Sultanate. In the 13th century, the Golden Horde, a Mongol-led dynasty, established its rule over much of Russia. While the Mongols were not initially Muslim, many of their leaders eventually embraced Islam, further spreading the faith. The Kazan Sultanate, which emerged from the Golden Horde in the 15th century, became a center of Islamic culture and governance. Under Ulu Muhammad, the Sultanate thrived, building mosques, madrasas, and libraries. But this golden age came to an end in 1552 when Ivan the Terrible conquered Kazan, marking the beginning of a dark period for Russian Muslims. The decline, persecution and suppression. From Ivan the Terrible to Catherine the Great, Russian rulers implemented policies that marginalized Muslims. Mosques were destroyed, Islamic education was banned, and Muslims were forced to convert to Christianity. It was a time of great hardship, says Dr. Yusuf. But even in the face of persecution, Russian Muslims held onto their faith, passing it down through generations. The Soviet era brought further challenges. Under communist rule, 83% of mosques were closed, and Islamic practices were driven underground. Yet despite these efforts, Islam survived, preserved in the hearts and homes of the faithful. The revival, Islam in modern Russia. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked a turning point for Russian Muslims. For the first time in decades, they were free to practice their faith openly. Mosques were rebuilt, madrasas reopened, and Islamic publications flourished. The Russian Islamic Cultural Center in Moscow became a symbol of this revival, offering education and community support to Muslims across the country. It was like a rebirth, says Imam Rashid, a community leader in Kazan. After years of suppression, we could finally pray, learn, and teach without fear. Today, Russia is home to over 9,000 mosques, including the iconic Moscow Cathedral Mosque, which can accommodate 10,000 worshippers. The diversity of Russian Islam. Russia's Muslim population is as diverse as the country itself. From the Sufi traditions of Dagestan and Chechnya to the Hanafi school of thought followed in Tatarstan, Russian Islam is a tapestry of cultures and practices. This diversity is our strength, says Imam Rashid. It shows that Islam is not a monolithic religion, but a living, breathing faith that adapts to different cultures and contexts. Challenges and opportunities. Despite its resurgence, Islam in Russia faces challenges. Discrimination, stereotypes, and political tensions continue to affect Muslim communities. There's still a lot of misunderstanding about Islam in Russia, says Dr. Yusuf. Many people associate it with extremism, which couldn't be further from the truth. But there are also opportunities. Organizations like the Russian Mufti Council and the Muslim Coordination Center are working to promote interfaith dialogue and combat misconceptions. The role of Islamic leaders. Islamic leaders in Russia play a crucial role in shaping the future of the faith. From advocating for religious freedom to addressing social issues, they are at the forefront of the community's development. But their leadership is not without controversy. Some critics argue that certain leaders are too closely aligned with the government, compromising their independence. It's a delicate balance, says Imam Rashid. We have to work with the government to protect our rights, but we also have to stay true to our principles. The future of Islam in Russia. As Russia continues to evolve, so does its Muslim community. With a growing population and increasing visibility, Russian Muslims are poised to play a significant role in the country's future. Islam is not just a religion in Russia, says Dr. Yusuf. It's a part of our history, our culture, and our identity, and it's here to stay. Surprisingly, the Mongols, known for their military prowess and conquests, displayed a remarkable degree of religious tolerance. They allowed various religious practices to coexist within their empire, fostering an environment of cultural exchange and mutual respect. Islam, in particular, flourished under their rule. The Mongols' open-minded approach enabled the spread of Islamic culture and architecture throughout their territories. The Golden Horde's adoption of Islam as its official religion further solidified its place in the region. This decision not only strengthened their political alliances, but also enriched the cultural tapestry of the empire. The Kazan Khanate, a successor state to the Golden Horde, emerged as a major center of Islamic learning and culture. It became a beacon of knowledge and a hub for scholars and intellectuals. Its libraries housed vast collections of Islamic texts, preserving the rich heritage of Islamic scholarship. These texts covered a wide range of subjects, from theology and philosophy to science and medicine. Scholars and artists from across the Muslim world flocked to its cities, contributing to a vibrant intellectual and cultural life. The exchange of ideas and artistic techniques led to significant advancements in various fields, including literature, art, and architecture. The influence of Islamic culture during this period is evident in the intricate calligraphy, stunning architectural designs, and the flourishing of arts and sciences. The legacy of the Golden Age of Islam continues to inspire and shape the modern world. Today, the contributions of this era are still celebrated and studied, reminding us of a time when knowledge and culture transcended borders, bringing people together in the pursuit of wisdom and understanding. The Golden Age of Islam stands as a testament to the power of cultural exchange and the enduring impact of intellectual and artistic achievements. The rise of Muscovy in the 16th century marked a turning point for Islam in Russia. Ivan the Terrible, the first Tsar of Russia, viewed the Muslim Khanates as a threat to his expanding empire. His conquest of Kazan in 1552 ushered in an era of oppression for Russian Muslims. Mosques were destroyed, and Islamic practices were suppressed. Muslims were pressured to convert to Orthodox Christianity. Many fled their homes, seeking refuge in the more tolerant Ottoman Empire. This period of persecution cast a long shadow over Russian Islam, yet despite the hardships, the faith endured, passed down from generation to generation in homes and clandestine gatherings. The fall of the Tsarist regime in 1917 brought a glimmer of hope for Russia's Muslims. The Bolsheviks, initially promising freedom of religion, allowed for a brief revival of Islamic practices. However, this period of relative tolerance was short-lived. Under Stalin's iron grip, religion was once again suppressed. Mosques were closed, and religious leaders were persecuted. Islam, like other faiths, was driven underground. But the spirit of faith could not be extinguished. Despite the risks, Muslims continued to practice their faith in secret, keeping the flame of Islam alive during the long, dark years of Soviet rule. Section 6. A Tapestry of Traditions. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 marked a new chapter for Islam in Russia. With the return of religious freedom, mosques and madrasas reopened. A silenced community found its voice once more. Today, Russia is home to a vibrant and diverse Muslim community. From the Caucasus to the Volga region, Islam is an integral part of the social fabric. Different traditions coexist, reflecting the rich tapestry of Islamic thought and practice. This diversity, while a testament to Islam's adaptability, also presents challenges. Maintaining unity while respecting different interpretations of the faith requires careful navigation and dialogue. Section 7. Navigating a New Era. In the 21st century, Russian Muslims face new challenges. The rise of Islamophobia, fueled by global events and internal tensions, poses a threat to social cohesion. Economic disparities and discrimination further marginalize some Muslim communities. Ensuring equal opportunities and combating prejudice are crucial to fostering a just and inclusive society. Despite these challenges, there is also hope. Many Russian Muslims are actively engaged in civic life, promoting interfaith dialogue and contributing to the country's development. Section 8. Shaping the narrative. The role of Islamic leaders in shaping the future of Islam in Russia cannot be overstated. By promoting moderate voices and fostering understanding, they can counter extremism and build bridges with other communities. Education and outreach are key to combating misconceptions and fostering a climate of mutual respect. Engaging with the wider Russian public and highlighting the shared values of peace, compassion, and justice is essential. The future of Islam in Russia depends on the choices made today. By embracing dialogue, understanding, and mutual respect, a brighter future for all Russians can be built. Section 9. An enduring legacy. From the shores of the Volga to the heart of Moscow, Islam's story in Russia is one of resilience, adaptation, and enduring faith. Despite facing centuries of challenges, Islam has left an indelible mark on Russia's cultural landscape. Its mosques, its literature, its music, and its people enrich the tapestry of Russian society. Recognizing and appreciating this rich heritage is essential to understanding the complexities of modern Russia. As we conclude our journey through time, the story of Islam in Russia is a testament to the resilience of faith and the power of community. From its early days in Volga, Bulgaria, to its modern revival, Islam has shaped and been shaped by the Russian experience. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring the stories that shape our world.